Good morning, YouTube. How you doing? This is Rick, Black Rifle from North Augusta, South Carolina. And we have a new Sightmark Wraith night vision scope to review. Anyway, I purchased two of them. I'm no stranger to Sightmark. Very well known company, good optics. Have no complaints. I've met with Mr. Sellers and the owner of Sightmark that produces the Sightmark Wraith. So I've had the Photon, I've had the ATN, and I've had the Wraith. And so far, I like the Wraith over the Photon and the ATNs. I had a couple of the ATNs and they were nothing but a problematic nightmare with the updates of the software and so on and so forth. Just got tired of it, having to send the damn thing back, and they send it back to you, reflash the memory, and what a nightmare. With the ATN. We won't have those problems with Sightmark or the Sightmark Wraith, I don't think. But anyway, plan to go zero it. I've mounted it on one of my weapons. I mounted the other one on an AR-15 platform. And as you know, I professionally eradicate hogs and coyotes off of people's property. Federal land, state land, county, municipal, golf courses, airports, housing developments. So I eradicate them off all those places. I've killed well over 300 wild feral hogs in the past year. Within, let's see, the month of August, I killed 30 hogs. That's and on just 14 acres of property. So I took 30 off of 14 acres. So you can imagine what's out there. If I got 30 off of 14 acres, just think of what's roaming the woods out there. But I'm on a county contract now. I've killed a couple hogs on that county contract. Killed one with my 9mm, my little Springfield Armory Hellcat. I was going to check some traps I've set out, and I run into a hog in a bog. He was taking a mud nap, and I disturbed that boar. And he's about a 200-pound boar, and he got up and he attacked me. So when he charged me, I shot him. I fired 4 shots. 2 shots hit him in the boiler room, and 1 shot hit him in the head. So 3 shots hit him in the chest area as he charged me. Scared the hooey out of me because I didn't expect to see him. I hadn't seen any tracks, and I went in there and I saw one big hog track, and I said, well, let me go down and check the traps. So I went down and checked the snares and didn't see nothing. And then I went to on the little trail that goes to the Waller, and there was some fresh mud on the trees, so I investigated further, and then the hog came after me. Well, anyway, I'll show you my rifle. I have it mounted on a Remington 783 308 16-inch barrel, threaded, a little short for the 308. I prefer my rifles with longer than 16-inch barrels. I don't like the short barrels, but I do have 2 short-barreled Remington 783 heavy barrel bolt action rifles, and they're the shortest barrels I have on any firearm I own. I like a 22, 20, 22, 24, 26, and 28-inch barrels are my preferred barrel lengths on rifles. But anyway, I'll show you that here in a minute. This is the Remington 783 bolt action rifle. As you can see, it's empty, unloaded. Anyway, that's a Sightmark Wraith on top. And there's the IR illuminator. That's an IR flashlight to illuminate when you have periods of, low light or virtually no ambient light at all from the stars or moon. It comes in handy when you're in the woods sitting in a stand. That's it. That's the Sightmark Wraith. I bore sighted it, used the laser bore sighter. It's got a one-shot zero feature in this scope where you fire one shot at your target and you hold the crosshair on the target, your point of aim, and you move another set of crosshairs over to where your bullet struck. Then you press and hold down this power button here in the center of the menu, and it automatically converts it, and wherever your group was or your one shot was, you don't have to shoot more than one shot. You can fire 3 shots and use a 3-shot group, and then center on the middle of the group, and then you'd be 0-2. So I bore sighted it, and then I'll zero at 50 yards, and then I'll zero again at 100 yards, and fine tune to 0. But that's it. This is a Sightmark Wraith. It's very good setup here for especially night hunting and varmint hunting. That's a perfect little varmint rig, pig rig, even deer, with the short barrel. Like I said, I don't like short barrels, but it's very accurate. I have a 223 in the same rifle, heavy barrel. 223 and 308 is what I go with because that's the military cartridge of today. That's what's readily available. I haven't been shooting much because of the ammunition shortage and the situation here. The election's coming up, and don't know what's going to happen. I imagine the left is going to try and steal the election with their flooding the ballot boxes with fraud, voter fraud. They're going to use voter fraud to the max with the mail-in ballots. Now the president has the coronavirus. I'm worried about that. I'm praying for him and him and his family. Him and his wife both tested positive for the coronavirus, so there you go. Thank you, China, you commie bastards, for sending your bioweapon over here to destroy America. I know that's what you did, and everybody else knows it too. But anyway, plan to use this on the hog hunts and the deer hunt too, during the daytime. Can't hunt deer at night legally unless you have a culling permit where you cull deer, and then you can use night vision and stuff like that to shoot deer that are destroying crops. I also do that too, but that meat is used. It's not left to rot. The hog meat is processed and given to the needy people, donated to the church food bank and they dole it out. How they distribute it, that's up to them. I just provide the meat. Anyway, that's it. This is Sightmark Wraith. These night vision scopes are really good. They work well. Like I said, I had the Photon before this. It did not survive the 21-foot fall out of the tree stand, though. It snapped in half when it hit the ground, so I don't have a Photon anymore. All I have is two Sightmark Wraiths. Hope to one day own a pulsar thermal sight. I'd like to have one of them. Mr. Sellers also owns Cellmark Corporation, owns Pulsar also. I'm hoping Mr. Sellers will let me test and evaluate one of his thermal sights. I'd really like to have one. Can't afford it, being retired military, and you know, it's just out of my price range. But there you go, there. Sightmark Wraith. And like I said, I have one on an AR-15 with a 24-inch barrel in 223, and I use that to, believe it or not, to pig hunt with because of the follow-up shots. You get a crowd of pigs into a feeder at night. I can get you know, maybe 10 shots off and hit 8 pigs out of the 10 shots I fire. Well, anyway, this is Rick from North Augusta, Black Rifle, with the Sightmark Wraith.